Okay, I've decided to really quickly discuss a question that's come up that's been posted to me by a guy on Instagram about why methods that he's using aren't working. Okay, so his dog, oh, that's well timed, it's the really steep bit. Ta-da! Good dogs. His dog is reactive to traffic. Okay, so Malinois, herding breed, very drawn to movement, and he lives on a busy road. So Maddie, no, good, here you go. So every time he goes outside his front door, there's cars going past, motorbikes going past, and the dog is lunging towards the traffic and is uncontrollable. One trainer's recommended noise aversion therapy, so pet corrector spray, I'm guessing, water bottle, like spraying water in the dog's face. Okay. The problem with aversives, guys, is that we need to be sure if we're going to use aversives, which I don't. But if we are going to use aversives, we need to be 100% sure that the dog understands why we're using the aversive. Okay, and this is my issue, is that I think sometimes, a lot of the time, they're not. And it's unfair. So in this context, with the guy I'm talking about, he's working too close to the stimulus. Okay, if the dog reacts to traffic at 50 meters away, you can be damn straight he's not going to not react to traffic right next to him. Okay, so we need to work always, when we're trying to modify behaviour, we need to be working at a distance from that stimulus whereby it doesn't elicit a response in the dog. Okay, and then we can start pairing positive associations with that stimulus and teaching mutually exclusive behaviours. So a dog can't lunge and bark at the same time as sitting. So we need to manage the environment. We need to, and I'm sure we've talked about this before, you know, it's the cornerstone to everything really. We need to manage the environment. We need to teach a mutually exclusive behaviour. Sorry, I'm having to watch the floor quite a lot because it's really steep and slippy here. And we also then need to reinforce the correct choices that the dog is making. Good dogs. Okay, so if you have a dog that is concerned by a stimulus, whether that be traffic or other dogs or people or whatever, you should always be working at a distance from that stimulus whereby it isn't eliciting a response in the dog. It's okay for the dog to notice the stimulus, but we shouldn't be seeing an over-exaggerated response to that stimulus if we're working at the right level, at the right distance. Okay. Did you find it? Yeah. And then pairing that stimulus and the alternative behaviour that we're trying to teach, the mutually exclusive behaviour, with reward. Okay? It's not unusual that a dog that is a herding breed would be so drawn to traffic. And of course, what's happening in your scenario, in his scenario, is that every single time he's lunging and barking at the stimulus, at the cars are leaving. Okay, so it's much the same as the whole postman theory. Yeah, the postman comes and delivers the post. The postman would be leaving anyway. The postman has no interest in staying in your house. But the dog barks, the postman leaves, and the dog believes that he has driven away the postman. Okay, his behaviour has been reinforced by the fact that the postman has left. The dog doesn't understand that the postman would have left anyway. Okay, as far as the dog is concerned, his behaviour has worked. Dogs do what works. Again, yeah. So it's a self-rewarding behaviour. Okay, and it's much the same as with the traffic. The dog lunges and barks at the traffic, and the traffic goes. The traffic would be going anyway. People are going where they're going. But in the dog's mind, it's reinforcing to the dog because actually it's getting what it wants. The traffic's going away. Okay. Potentially with a dog like that, you need to do more impulse control for sure. You can also you also need to be really careful with, especially with the herding breeds, that they do have an appropriate outlet for that inherent breed-specific behaviour that they enjoy. Okay, so get a flirt pole out, get it to play with him with the flirt pole, so he gets that rush of endorphins for chasing in an appropriate outlet. Okay. And then you might find that intensity for wanting to chase traffic will gradually start to dissipate. It may not ever completely go. You may always have to use some form of management by way of verbal cues of leave, etc. But it will certainly help. We have to be sure that we're covering all bases. Make sure that the dog's inherent breed-specific traits are being met, fulfilled. Teach mutually exclusive behaviours, teach impulse control, manage the environment, work at a distance to the stimulus and gradually decrease that distance. Okay, hope that helps. Come on guys.